How Anansi the Spider Got His Long Legs, read by Rahima Johnson, audio engineer Jared Bell, directed by Walter Evans, copyright Augusta State University, 2012, all rights reserved. Long, long ago, when the world was young and there was only one spider, his name was Anansi. He was big and had 2 fine legs like people do now, but he had just 4 toes on each foot. Anansi was kind of lazy and didn't like to do chores or work or even fix his own food, but he had a big hungry tummy and loved to visit his friends and eat food they cooked for themselves and their families. And the lazier he got, and the more he nibbled and munched and mooched at other people's tables, the bigger his tummy got. One evening, just about supper time, he poked his nose through Rabbit's door and said, My, could that be fresh carrot stew I smell cooking in your pot?" "Yes, indeed," said Rabbit, "but it's not quite ready. Help me pull weeds in the garden, and the stew will be tasty yummy by the time we finish." "That does sound like a wonderful plan," said Anansi, "but I just remembered my window's open, and I better shut it before the flies get inside. Everybody knows how much I hate and detest flies." "Is that so?" said Rabbit. "Why, yes," said Anansi. "Suppose I just spin out a web thread and tie one end to my left pinky toe and the other end to your dinner table, and you just give a tug when the carrot stew is done, and I'll race right back." Rabbit scratched his noggin with a paw claw and sighed a little sigh. He had visits like this from Anansi before, but he was polite and just said, "I guess that will be okay." So Anansi spun out a sticky web thread and hooked one end to his right side pinky toe and the other end to the dinner table and strolled off. Anansi was feeling pretty smart and clever about getting a dinner of fresh carrot stew without doing any chores, and right then he thought just maybe he smelled some sweet beans baking in syrup. He'd followed his